Hey guys, Dr. Kyle Loveless here. So we know that psoriasis is definitely linked to the gut. We know it's linked to some liver health and gut health. We know it's an overactive immune response. And for myself, I had psoriasis for about 30 years, from age 4 to about age 34, and it took me about that long to figure out that that's what causes it. Even though I went to every doctor you can think of, like many of you have, I've had all the medications and the creams and all those things, but no one actually told me this. And I have patients that come into our clinic and they work for dermatologists, and they're like, wait, you help people with psoriasis? I thought you're not a dermatologist. And they don't realize the connection there. And so yes, it's a gut issue. Yes, there's all these things that play a role in it. So if it's a gut problem, if it's a bacteria problem, a microbiome problem, then should you take a probiotic if you have psoriasis? Should everybody with psoriasis take a probiotic? Really, really good question. Most of the time when patients come in, I get a lot of people from this channel that are coming in, we're talking on virtually, and almost every one of them is on a probiotic. There's about 50% of those people that after we do the stool test and testing on their body, we take them off that probiotic and they get better. Why would that be? Now, to be clear, I'm not saying get off your probiotic, and I'm not saying you should take a probiotic. I'm getting you to think a little bit about not everything's the same for everybody and figuring out what's best for you, okay? Because here's the thing, is you have a microbiome. A microbiome needs to be balanced with a lot of different bacteria. They call them commensal bacteria. They're bacteria that our body needs, and really we're about 85 to 90% bacteria, so we do need bacteria, and because of antibiotic use, because of chemicals, medications, stress, all those things, a lot of people are deficient in these bacteria, and that's why probiotics have become so popular. However, the type of probiotic is important. I recommend a spore-based probiotic. We can get you a link on that. But at the same time, I recommend doing it what's best for you. And the only way you truly can know what's best for you is if you test your gut and find out what's best. So I'm a huge fan of doing stool testing to find out what's happening in your body. It tells us what the commensal bacteria in your body is doing. It also tells us if there's any bacterial infections. Hey, it also tells us what your mucosal lining is doing, meaning is there space for that bacteria to grow? Think of the microbiome is kind of like a garden, okay? So let's say you have a bunch of weeds in this garden. Now, if I go in and I say, okay, I'm gonna plant a bunch of fruit and vegetables, or a bunch of vegetables in that garden, I'm probably not gonna be very effective because it's overgrown with weeds. If I say, here, take a probiotic, but I don't know that your gut's overgrown with bad bacteria, it's not gonna grow. Or if your mucosal line's so out of alignment that taking that bacteria, it's not staying anyways, it's kind of a waste of time as well. Finally, is when you take too much bacteria, having too much bacteria leads to overgrowth, and commensal bacteria wants to be in balance. You don't want too much, you don't want too little. So if you have too much, it can actually cause a negative impact on your health too, okay? So knowing that psoriasis absolutely goes back to the gut, probiotics may be a good idea for you, but what I would say is let's work on getting your body in balance, testing, find out what your gut looks like, and then create a specific plan for you, individualized. And that's something I've done with a lot of people from these videos, from YouTube, I'm sorry, and it's enjoyable. What I'm really realizing is though is my time is limited, and because of that limited time, I've had to figure out how to help people that are calling in without having to book them out for 3 months, right? And so what we've decided is to put everything into a course that everybody's gonna be able to do in the first 3 months without having to talk to me, without having to spend thousands of dollars on a functional medicine doctor and just get a bunch of supplements, but saying, okay, here's what everybody needs to do in the beginning. If you do these things, a lot of you are just gonna get rid of psoriasis from that. And these are patients that have followed this course who are following the stuff I do in this course, who have already taken gluten out, they already took dairy out, they already low sugar diets, they're following some of these popular psoriasis diets, and they kind of got better, but they still weren't there. And I was doing the same thing. The stuff I'm talking about in this course actually will walk you through what do you do next. If you haven't done those things yet, I'm gonna talk to you about that too, but if you've already done that, I'm gonna say, here's what you need to do next, here's the testing you need, and here will help track you through that. You'll have the opportunity to ask questions to me in that course. You'll also have the opportunity to connect with a group of individuals who also are suffering psoriasis, and you can find out what's working for them. So go to the description below, and in that description we'll have the course. Depending on when you're watching this, I hope you get the pre-sale cost because it's going to be less expensive, but that link will be there. Click on that, get the course, and you're going to love it. It's going to change your life. It's going to be more importantly than just getting rid of psoriasis. I'm going to teach you how to become a health expert. I'm going to teach you how to understand how your body works, what health is, and ultimately what you need to be doing to help you and your family be healthy long term. Hope that was helpful for you guys. You have an awesome day. We'll talk to you next time.